The only person I owe an explanation is May, my wife. She's the only person I owe an explanation. Yes. And when and how that explanation is done is still not the business of people out there. All of you. I repeat myself, shame on all of you. You have no rights. It is my life. Like I said before, it is my life. I have the right to wake up in the morning and marry 100 women in one day. It's my life. It's not your life. Listen, I have the right to wake up in the morning and marry 25 women. If I like, I make it up to 50. It is not your business. It is not the business of, everyone around and, to be saying.
Why didn't you stand firm in court and say, my lord, yes, I married her in accordance with my custom? Why didn't you tell the judge what he tells me? You spent time trying to convince May's children to accept polygamy. Quoting the Bible, trying to use the Bible to tell the children, oh, we can all be in one big happy family with Judy and this thing. He was trying to educate them, to re-engineer the children's mind. Something else you people don't understand, but you gotta understand today. Ned is taking care of all the children, all his children. He's paying their school fees, he's feeding them. Yule is not doing that. Yule is not supporting his children as we speak. He's not at all. Indeed, Yule told his daughter that their mother is making more money than him now.
Let's be factual. There are men out there, a lot of men who have children from different women. They even have different families. We have women who have children, who are married, who have children for other men in their families. We have priests, we have clergymen, pastors who have children from different women, from different marriages, all over the place. All sorts of issues, yet these people don't have the guts to come out and own up to it and say, these are my children, this is my child, or anything like that. And then someone like me, a man like me who has, who has the integrity, who has the respect, who has the guts to come out and own up, and people are saying things about me. Shame on you.
If you have a marriage under the Marriage Act, and you try to marry a second one or marry a second one, that is a crime. So everybody who wants to marry, a smart person who wants to marry in Nigeria, should ask himself, what do you want? What do I want? What sort of marriage do I want? What sort of life do I want to live? Then you choose which law should govern your marriage. So Ned Walker is an intelligent man. He's a lawyer. He's well-traveled. Ned knew he wanted more than one wife. He knew. So he did not marry any woman under the Marriage Act. So he made it clear to everybody that he has right to marry more women. Also, Ned is a Muslim, but he did not marry under the Sharia. He married under the customary law of Anyoma people in Delta State, where he is from. So, Ned's marriage to Regina or any of his wives does not violate any law. It does not violate any promise. It does not violate any expectations of monogamy, because he was from the beginning clear that he was not going to be in a monogamous marriage. He wanted polygamy. So Ned did not violate any law. Compared to Yuledochie, you married May under the Marriage Act. In the Marriage Act, it's very clear. And by marrying her under the Marriage Act, he and May understood they were going into a monogamous marriage. May understood there would not be a second wife. May understood from the beginning that she would be the only wife. Everybody around them, children, parents, understood that they would be in a monogamous marriage. So when you began to try to marry Judy, you was violating the law. He was violating a fundamental promise. He was violating his vow. He was committing an offense. Even if you don't enforce that offense, he committed a crime. So how can you compare the two? You can't. Anybody comparing the two is plain stupid, because they're on a different track. Ned Walker is following his track and his rights on that track according to law. Yuledochie followed the English track, the Marriage Act track, and then wants to switch. In the middle of the race, he wanted to jump into another track. That is stupid. That's not right. You can't compare them. Now, let us do other things. There is something else you have to deal with when you come to marriage. You're dealing with the issue of fairness. 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 The promises you made to your wife at the beginning of this marriage, are you keeping to it? Are you keeping to that promise? You promised her monogamy, you promised her faithfulness, and you went sleeping with another woman for 6 years in secret, living a double life? No. Ned was clear. Ned told Regina. Regina saw it. Regina saw that Ned was married. And Ned told Regina, I'm going into polygamy. And Ned told his other wives, according to them, they all understood it. They all welcomed Regina. So there was no deception. There was no fraud. There was no lie in Ned's case. But compared to you lived a double life with a secret woman who was possibly married to another man. That's what we call double-edged adultery. Adultery against your wife, adultery against the husband of the woman you're messing around with. How dare you compare the two? Regina wasn't married to anybody when Ned met her. Indeed, Ned is proud that she was a virgin. And Ned was very candid. Regina was well informed. Even though so young, Regina's mother was involved in the process. So a parental consent and parental participation was achieved. I respond, you'll be shocked, because I will tell you more things. I will reveal more things. I will tell you what you did after their son died that caused May to rush to court. May was slow. May was very slow to go to court. She was fully contemplative of all the wide implications. She was studying the situation, calculating every move, but something pushed her to court. You will be very shocked if you heard the behavior of you right after they lost their child, which caused me to go to court and which caused me to ask for judicial protection against violence, because her own safety and her own life were at stake after you behaved in a certain way. So please, you should, here and Judy, stay out of the media, mind your business. If you talk about May again and start spreading lies again or insinuating anything to cause emotional torture or pain on May, we will respond. I will respond.